will increase pressure, international pressure, no doubt, on Israel and on Benjamin Netanyahu to change strategy in Gaza. But there is absolutely no suggestion that he is willing to do that, and I don't think this ruling will make any difference.
Israel hasn't been told to stop everything, but it's been told to do it all quite a lot differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the slam dunk, I think, that supporters of Israel were hoping for. This case being brought forward by South Africa was widely criticised by not just by Israel, but by the UK government as well. So the fact that the court has not thrown it out is, I think, will be seen as a victory for the other side of the debate, and it will increase pressure, international pressure, no doubt, on Israel and on Benjamin Netanyahu to change strategy in Gaza. But there is absolutely no suggestion that he is willing to do that, and I don't think this ruling will make any difference.
Yeah, I mean, Katrina, I have to say, as you sort of heard me say to Richard there, obviously there's no enforcement arm here of this court, but it can bring political pressure. And I've actually just been kind of watching the language in the last few weeks, and it's been really interesting that both Antony Blinken in the States and David Cameron here have actually changed the way that they've been talking about this quite a lot in the last 2 weeks, in terms of having sustained cessation of operations, in terms of much greater demands of humanitarian aid, and that sort of international pressure from kind of key Israeli allies with this at the back. I mean, it could mean that pressure is exerted on Netanyahu.
Yes, and I think this is more likely to have an effect on the thinking and the actions and the language, the narrative of international allies, more so than it will on Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu. I noticed in the last sort of 10 minutes, Israel's security minister has responded to the ICJ ruling by posting on Twitter X, Haig Schmeig, which sort of summarises, I think, some of the attitudes towards this, but it does certainly put additional pressure on particularly the Biden administration and then the UK following in behind it. And the question now is, how will the international community respond? Will there be sanctions against Israel in the interim as this situation continues and the situation becomes worse? We have seen that shift from David Cameron, from Joe Biden, and I think this just adds weight to statements against the actions of Israel and Palestine.
I mean, it could be years actually before we get a full ruling. This was just an interim one, so it's definitely one that kind of we'll have to keep watching along with what's happening on the ground.